What is nattokinase? Nattokinase is one of Mother Nature's gifts when it comes to combating the risks of strokes, heart attacks, and other heart problems. Nattokinase is an enzyme that extracted from natto, a Japanese food made from fermented soybeans. To make natto, boiled soybeans are combined with the bacteria called Bacillus subtilis natto. Nattokinase is highly desired because of its ability to dissolve abnormal blood clots. It eliminates fibrin, tiny fibers that accumulate in the bloodstream, to prevent, if not totally eliminate, the formation of blood clot. Nattokinase is known to have longer effects compared to similar substances. Nattokinase is truly an amazing compound in the fight against.
Top leading causes of death worldwide and in the Philippines are cardiovascular and cerebrovascular diseases. These diseases pertain to the heart, the blood vessels, and the brain. Heart attack and brain attack, which is commonly known as stroke, is brought about by inadequate or compromised blood supply and oxygenation to the heart and the brain, which may result from thrombosis. Thrombosis, or the formation of thrombi, also called blood clot, is greatly influenced by blood viscosity or thickness of the blood. Blood viscosity or thickness, on the other hand, is determined by various factors, among which are the aggregation or clumping of red blood cells and platelets, as well as the natural release of clotting factors by the body. Clot formation is the body's natural capability to stop or arrest bleeding. Therefore, it is an important mechanism for self-preservation. However, there are instances when the body forms unnecessary blood clots, such as those that block the blood vessels and lead to inadequate nutrition and blood supply to tissues, as what happens during heart attack and stroke. To avoid unnecessary blood clot formation and to dissolve existing blood clots, medications such as anticoagulants, antithrombotics, fibrinolytics, and thrombolytics are administered. Use of such synthetic drugs are necessary given emergency conditions and situations. With synthetic drug use, however, side effects are inevitable. Among said side effects of blood thinning agents are bleeding, blood dyscrasia, hypersensitivity reactions, and drug-to-drug interactions. In man's quest to find better solutions to achieve health, NattoShield was discovered. NattoShield contains the enzyme nattokinase, which prevents the formation of unnecessary blood clots and helps dissolve small clots that may have already formed. Nattokinase is an enzyme produced by the bacteria called Bacillus subtilis natto on soybean. It has been clinically proven to act as a fibrinolytic and thrombolytic agent as well. NattoShield prevents unnecessary blood clot formation without affecting the body's natural capability to form clots when they are needed. Hence, when injury happens, the body is still able to arrest bleeding and preserve itself. NattoShield maintains optimum blood circulation, which does not only prevent heart attack and stroke, but also helps regulate blood pressure. Blood pressure regulation is achieved with the use of NattoShield, as optimum blood circulation is facilitated in the lower limbs. The benefits of NattoShield include improved blood circulation throughout the body, prevention of the formation of unnecessary blood clots, thereby preventing thrombosis that lead to heart attack and stroke, lysis of small clots, and blood pressure control among
at isa ako sa mga believer ng NattoShield. Napakabuti po ang dinudulot itong epekto sa tao, lalo na po doon sa may mga hypertension, mataas ang cholesterol, saka sa lahat po ng products ng Vital C, tinatangkili ko po. Quality po talaga silang lahat. At hindi po nakakaanong i-recommenda sa bawat Pilipino.
Our product, Vital P Plus, is actually a vitamin plus minerals in one. The Vital P there stands for the vitamin P, which was just recently coined vitamin. The P stands for the permeability factor. Permeability here refers to the flow of blood, especially in the smaller blood vessels called capillaries. The P is basically composed of bioflavonoids, which are generally able to strengthen the blood vessel walls. It is considered also to have an anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. They protect the blood vessels from easy bruising or damage. That's why when you take Vital P+, it will strengthen your capillaries, which are very sensitive, very fragile, which causes bleeding and sometimes bursting of blood vessels. If it happens that there's a bursting in the blood vessels of the brain, it may cause also stroke. So our Vital P Plus is very, very efficient in that order. Now, the other component of our Vital P Plus are the carefully selected elements or minerals. In our world or in our planet, there are only 92 natural occurring elements. 25 of that are present in living systems. However, 23 are present in the human body. Out of these 23, there are only about 7 minerals or elements that are very difficult to obtain from food, aside from the fact that absorption in the small intestine or absorption in the skin is difficult without the chelating agents in the walls of the intestines. What are these elements? These are actually zinc, chromium, selenium, iron, copper, manganese, and molybdenum. Now, in terms of the efficacy or the action of this zinc, zinc is basically associated with protein synthesis. In other words, when our body builds up proteins, zinc is needed there. It is actually mostly stored in muscles, in red and white muscles, even white blood cells, or the retina of the eyes, the bones, the skin, the kidneys, and the liver. In other words, zinc is associated with the production of white blood cells. So with zinc plus other elements, it will improve your immune system. Selenium, on the other hand, has the ability to actually reduce the concentration of the bad cholesterol. You call it the LDL attached cholesterol. So with selenium, if there are some clogs in your blood vessels, drinking or taking a Vital P Plus will greatly reduce blood pressure because of the removal of this sclerotic or what you call clog system in the blood vessels. Iron, of course, we know that it is not much needed in the production of hemoglobin for the efficiency of oxygen distribution to all parts of the body. However, iron is very difficult to obtain because it has an absorbability problem. But with this formulation that we have, added to this formulation are vitamin C, which chelates or improves the absorption of iron in the small intestine. Much more so, our vitamin P plus or our vitamin P or permeability, it also increases the absorption of iron in the walls of our intestines. Chromium, on the other hand, is associated with the production of insulin. So in other words, taking Vital P plus would therefore help those diabetics because the insulin is actually synthesized in the presence of chromium. Copper, on the other hand, are very important for normal growth and development, especially for the production of hemoglobin also, the myelin sheaths of the nerves, as well as collagen in all parts of the body, including the blood vessels. It is essential for the red blood cell formation and, of course, the production of melanin. The brown pigment in our skin are made of copper. So copper is needed to make that particular pigment intact, as well as to protect us from the ultraviolet radiations. Manganese, on the other hand, is also needed for the superoxide dismutase, which are actually enzymes that destroys free radicals. In other words, taking Vital P Plus would also help you fight against free radicals. Molybdenum is a very important element also. Very, very difficult to obtain from nature. That's why we included that here in this formulation. And it's very necessary for liver functions, for the kidney functions, and it will lead you to actually maintaining the health of your kidneys and the liver. Our Vital P Plus basically maintains and strengthens the blood vessels and improves the circulation of our body. In other words, it will make your blood vessels elastic, and therefore it prevents high blood pressure for those people with hypertension.
Sa dami ng mga vitamin C products sa merkado, paano mo malalaman ang pinaka-natural, ligtas at epektibo? Napakahalaga ng papel na ginagampanan ng vitamin C sa ating katawan.
Vital C, this is the only product that in the Philippines that comes out, an ascorbate that comes out with a crystallized form. And the capsule is purely real VG cup, freshly from Pfizer, France.
Ang Vital C Sodium Ascorbate ay ang unang alkaline vitamin C sa merkado na nakalagay sa totoong vegetable capsule. Ngunit ano nga ba ang advantage ng paggamit ng vegetable capsule sa sodium ascorbate? Tinanong namin si Dr. Jose M. Oclarit, isang multi-awarded Filipino scientist hinggil sa benepisyo ng sodium ascorbate in crystal form na nakalagay sa veggie cap.
We have a truly authentic veggie cup. It has no complications with regards to the digestion process. The Vital C sodium ascorbate is in crystal form, which is actually in line with the standard of the pharmacopoeia. This product of ours is covered with or protected by a anti-UV aluminum. Now, why it should be this way? Because vitamin C or sodium ascorbate is very sensitive to light. The other sodium ascorbate in the market are wrapped up or cupped in a gelatin. And gelatin, once it is inside our stomach, it is immediately destroyed by our enzymes, and therefore some of the vitamin C that is already there are also destroyed together with it.
Ilan sa mga health benefits ng Vital C ay ang mga sumusunod: antioxidant at anti-aging, pampalakas ng ating immune system, panlaban sa viral infections, pampalinis ng katawan, #1 body acid neutralizer, mahalagang sangkap sa collagen building, pang-iwas sa infertility, anti-stress, proteksyon laban sa sakit gaya ng lagnat, ubo at bronchitis, proteksyon sa mga naninigarilyo laban sa oxidative damage. Nagbibigay din ng proteksyon sa ating cardiovascular system, lalo na sa puso, mula sa bad cholesterol. Perfect din itong fat burner at marami pang iba. Maliban sa vitamin C, marami pang iba.
To stay healthy and beautiful, use our products. They are well researched, they are effective, and they are superior in quality.
Para sa Newsline Pilipinas, ito si Precious Alvarez, Sunshine Media Network.